Created by Anthony Rizz, Sydney, Australia. On this episode of the R.A.H. War series, Australia opens its first concentration camp. Wait, what? I'm Rizz, and welcome to the show. Last month, the Australian Naval and Military Expedition Force had seized Kaiser Wilhelm Island in the Pacific. This month, the Australian and New Zealand forces will be sweeping the rest of the islands in the Pacific with little to no resistance. Also, Japan was sweeping some islands too. No resistance means surrender. Surrender means captured prisoners. Captured prisoners means camps. This brings up Australia's POW/internment/concentration camps. For context's sake, there's a debate what an internment camp and a concentration camp is, but really they're the same thing. The difference came after World War II, even though the German concentration camps you're thinking of right now can be classified as death camps or extermination camps. See, two terms can mean the same thing. Also, yes, Australia housed both POWs and internment citizens in the same camps, so it's confusing what to call these camps, so just roll with what I say. The camps were to house POWs and anyone classified as enemy aliens. Based on my research, during the war, Australia housed around 7,000, though this is a hard figure. The citizens were comprised mostly of German and Austria-Hungary descendants, as well as other nationals. I have to mention a couple acts were enforced during this month, like the War Precaution Act of 1914, which enabled the government general to make regulations and order. There's also the Crime Act of 1914. You can guess what that was for. So anyway, for the next few months more camps will be built, which, interesting enough, a lot of these camps would be refurbished and used in World War II for the same purpose. Go figure. So on the 9th of October, the first concentration camp was the Torren Island concentration camp. It housed up to 400 prisoners. Many came from the crews from German merchant ships at the start of the war, then captured. Then came German POWs from the Pacific, and a few internment citizens that were deemed enemy aliens within Australia. I'll be honest, little is known about this camp as the records were destroyed and only known by the prisoners. It can be summed up as pretty bad conditions but not terrible. Then a Captain Hawkes became the new warden in early 1915. He abused his power, made life more terrible for the prisoners. His actions were made public within the year. The camp was closed down. The prisoners were moved to another camp. Captain Hawkes was removed from command, had 2 courts of inquiry of his actions, though not sure what happened after. It's likely nothing came of it, if not another example of a set of rules needed for treating POWs. Just to be clear, the rest of the camps were not as terrible, all things considered. Wardens and soldiers just did their jobs, not to mention the treatment of POWs in Europe, intentional or not, would overshadow many of the treatments to prisoners of war. Not much else happened this month for Australia. Men were being trained, ready to be shipped overseas to Egypt, as well with New Zealand. As by the 16th, New Zealand's main expedition force of 8,000 troops departed for Australia, soon to be deported for some big campaign. And I think probably there was a conversation happening on what to name this combined force. Okay, we're going to soon fight alongside each other for the next campaign, so we need a cool name for our combined forces. How about the Australian and New Zealand Expedition Force? The Unsels? That sounds too German. Tell you what, let's think about it and come back in a few months. Sounds good. While we wait, let's see more of Rizz's other videos. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. Please like and subscribe, it brings a smile to my face. We've reached over 60 subscribers, and I think I'm planning on doing a little special. Hey, why doesn't Rizz call the channel Australian History? I don't know. Maybe branding? You know, the R.A.H. channel? Doesn't that abbreviate to Rizz Australian Historian? You know, I think that title needs to be earned. Okay, what about the Royal Australian History channel? Maybe, but can the channel use the word royal in it? I don't know, let the comments section debate about it. So with that said, thank you, sit down, relax, click on another video, and have a nice day.